You feel that now? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, it's no you in your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped. That's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow sticks. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Then it's the menace, my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad. Fucking two divas, drinking on sangria. I got the beam of the color diarrhea. Tire strings on my feet cause I'm so fly. Hopped out the DeLorean, it's Artie McFly.
Welcome to the Rick H Show.
I love your intro.
Thank you.
It gets me so hype.
I've been getting roasted. Some people are saying that it's like really, really long.
No, it's a good intro. It gave me time to like hit a little something.
Yeah. I think it was Ivan or no, it wasn't Ivan. I'm lying. It was Orlando Leyva. Orlando Leyva said that it was
shout out.
Yeah. That's
So what's up? What's up,
so
Rick? What's
how
up?
you been? I don't know. I'm good. How have you been? How's
I'm
everything?
good. I just got back from DR.
I saw that. How did DR
It was
treat
so
you?
beautiful. It was hot. I needed some sun. My body hasn't seen sun in like 8 months. So I got some much needed sun.
Okay. Oh my God, there's people already. Oh, plural. Oh, shout out to Pavel. Dímelo. The intro is fire. Haters gonna hate. Don't listen to them.
Hey, I wouldn't lie to you. It's fire. The intro's fire.
Thank you. So we're joined by the lovely Jasmine Ruiz, or Slay with Jazz, as she's known on Instagram. Let's round of applause. So, comedian, writer, producer, dancer.
Yes.
I got a text message from Ricky Smooth, and he heard you were a dancer, and he's looking for background dancers for Drip Drip What Baby, his new music single that he premiered on Saturday.
Okay.
So him, Macadamia is gonna join him on the set. It's gonna be a whole production, Rumor has it Cache is gonna be on the record too. So we'll see.
Yo, he needs background dancers. I got people on deck. Me, my girls pulling up.
How'd you get into comedy, Jasmine? Because you started out as a dancer, right?
Yeah,
dancer and podcaster too.
Yeah. So I'm a believer that if you really want to find what your thing is, you need to just try everything that you get an itching to do. So yeah, my first creative endeavor was podcasting. I did that for about 1.5 years. As far as being a dancer, I've like always been a dancer. And at some point it was like kind of just missing from my life. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go hard and I'm going to dance. So after I did the podcast for 1.5 years, I started dancing. I started a dance vlog on YouTube where I would just document my dance journey. And I was convinced I was going to be on Chris Brown's tour, getting it popping. And then quarantine hit and I kind of like, I would put all this time into dance and learning choreo and like hours a day. And it kind of made me realize like, I actually don't want to do this professionally. But what I did love doing that, like I would completely lose time, was making funny videos. And I've always been funny my whole life. And quarantine hit, and I was like, I'm gonna have to entertain myself. I felt like, I don't know, it felt like a blast from the past almost. When you're growing up, you're bored, you're not allowed to leave the house, you fucking entertain yourself.
Yes.
So I was entertaining myself, and here I am.
So what was the first, like, all right, so it's hard to go from a dancer to a comedian, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have the personality for it. Like, you're very outgoing and you're actually funny. So that
Yeah,
helps
thank
when
you,
you
thank
have
you.
that. But what was the first thing you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do skits on IG? Or was it like, I'm gonna write a comedy? Or what was the
Yeah,
first thing
yeah,
you
the
did?
process.
Mm-hmm.
So it started off with I'm gonna do funny skits on TikTok. And I felt like TikTok was really the platform that was made for me, that I
Mm-hmm.
had been wanting forever. That just I found it when I found it, and I was like, oh my god, this is for me. Everyone here is goofy and
Mm-hmm.
dorky, and that's me. I'm like, I'm a goof.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started making funny videos there, and I had such a good time doing that. And then as time went on, like naturally, I'm just a competitive person, and I love to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to elevate whatever it is that I'm doing. So I was like, well, how can I elevate this? Okay, well, I'm gonna start writing skits. So then I started writing skits, and my very first skit was the quarantine series.
Mm-hmm.
It was 6 episodes, so about 6 minutes total, and it was literally about quarantine, about how
Mm-hmm.
so many millennials were in quarantine, suddenly like having this epiphany that they hated their jobs because now they have to work from home, and they're like, I don't have any happy hours. I don't have coworkers around me. Actually, this job sucks because so
Mm-hmm.
many people realize that, like, once it was taken away, you think you might love your job, but it's actually the
Mm-hmm.
people that you love working with. So I made that, and then I said, well, I'm gonna try some stand up. So then I started doing some stand up, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna write my show, and now I wrote a show. Um,
Okay.
it started just with me being funny on TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
then I just started elevating it slowly. So that's how it started.
How does the family feel about it? Because you are Puerto Rican, you are Latina. When you go to your parents, like, you know what, I'm gonna be a comedian or I'm gonna do this. There's always that perception, like, oh, you got to be a doctor or a lawyer. None of that stuff makes money. So how they take it?
So, so my mom is very, very supportive. Everyone's very
Mm-hmm.
supportive, but my mom also still doesn't understand why I never became a psychologist. Like I
Mm-hmm.
went to Barnard College and I got my degree in psychology, and at that time I thought that I wanted to go get my PsyD, and I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to go open up my own practice. Um, but when it actually came to applying for the program, I literally couldn't do it. I was just like, my
Mm-hmm.
heart wasn't in it. And I've always been a creative growing up. She knows
Mm-hmm.
that. I've always wanted to dance. I've always wanted to like put myself out there. I've always been a performer. So she's very supportive. And at the same time though, she's like, just don't quit your job. Like you
Mm-hmm.
quit your job when you have enough money coming in,
When
and make
money's
sure
coming
quit.
in.
Make sure the money's flowing in graciously,
Mm-hmm.
abundantly. You can't just quit your job. So I'm like, all right, I understand that. And every day I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna go quit and follow my dreams. Everyone's doing it on TikTok, but I just can't do it. It's not making sense yet. I'm gonna quit and have $0.
So a friend of mine's just recently quit his TikTok job. He posted this. Plural is actually watching right now. Probably is watching right now. He quit his job to pursue his dreams, uh, and he has his own brand called Plural, and now he's working on that full time. Do you think you're
Lit.
at that point where, or is that the goal for you as well? Like,
Yeah, it's definitely the goal. So right now my goal, like I have short-term goals, long-term goals. But if I were to like just summarize it up quickly, I want to build awareness
mm-hmm,
about myself, my brand, who I am, the many things that I do,
mm-hmm,
and I want to sell my show. I wrote a show, and I'm trying to get it on HBO, Netflix. I'm trying to get it somewhere.
mm-hmm,
And the way that I'm doing that is I'm putting myself out there through as many avenues as possible. So I'm
okay,
putting myself out there by building up a following on TikTok, on
mm-hmm,
Instagram. And I'm taking this class at SVA, the School of Visual Arts, where I'm learning
mm-hmm,
how to pitch to executives. And
okay,
I'm doing stand-up so that people can see my face and be like, oh, you want to come see me in real life? Come feel this energy, catch this vibe. So that yes. And like I'm also trying to
memes,
introduce
commercials.
brands. Yes, I'm on backstage. I book
Mm-hmm,
gigs on backstage, modeling commercials. sending out my media kit. So yeah, the goal is definitely to quit and like I am my own business to continue doing the things that I love, getting paid to do that, whether it's like making a funny video and being hired for that, or being hired to be in a show, or selling my own show. That's the goal.
5 years from now, are we gonna say Jasmine has an outstanding Netflix special or a successful show on television? So comedy has so many avenues.
I'm gonna have a successful show. I'm not gonna have a stand-up like special on Netflix. I like stand-up. It's fun and it's something, you know, it gives people an opportunity to see me in real life. And it gives me an opportunity to also engage with people. Like I love looking at the audience and getting feedback. It's like a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I quit, but I'm not making any real bread yet. Yeah, it takes time. So when I quit, I'm gonna have to make sure I have like a nice little pocket of savings. I'm gonna need Bitcoin to go up. So
I'm pretty sure Bobby is gonna be okay. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be fine. So
yeah, not a special, but I will have my show. It's coming, and it's inevitable. It's inevitable. I'm not even worried.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you the awkward question that all comics have been getting.
Yeah.
So the slap,
The
famous slap.
I'm Team Chris.
Okay, is that because you do stand up? I mean, I'm 100% with Chris Rock. Comedy's a space where you have to be allowed to express however you feel, your views, everything. If you're going into a space where a comedy show is being done, you got to understand you're going to see some shit that might piss you the fuck off or something you might not like. But that doesn't give you the right to go and because Chris is working. But
he's doing his job. First off, I don't even know if Chris knew Jada had alopecia. So I think it's a little presumptuous of them to assume that the world knows Jada has alopecia just because she's on the internet talking about it. That doesn't mean Chris is checking for her, knowing all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I felt that was a little presumptuous. Second, I just do, like, what gives you the right? What gives you the right? You know, if I'm doing stand-up and I say a joke that offends someone, I'm gonna be really mad if they think that they could get a pop because of that. And I have also been on the receiving end of that. Like I remember I did a stand-up show and a stand-up comedian that went before me, and he said a very inappropriate joke. And I don't even want to repeat it. And he said a very inappropriate joke. And I was sitting in the front row, so you know, whatever. They always pick on people in the front row. It was and I was just like, oh. Now, I wasn't going to be unprofessional and ruin his time on the stage. And I wasn't going to be unprofessional and pop off with him after. I was going to be a professional about it. So when I got up there and I did my time, I came at him way harder. And the audience was like, yo. So I beat him at his own game. And at the end, he apologized. He's like, listen, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's okay. Comedians make mistakes. I'm not going to be mad about it. It's water under the bridge. But you know, you can't just go out there slapping people. So I'm Team Chris all the way, and yeah, we'll bug it. And
let's flip the coin though. So we all know Will's had a rough year with the entanglement and putting all their lives out there. Do you think it was more of a situation where, and I haven't even spoken about this thing because I felt like it was more of a mental health issue. I feel like Will is hurting. That's one. And I feel what he did was wrong. And I think he has owned up to it. And I feel like people have like dismissed him immediately. And I kind of feel bad for him in a sense where he ruined his own night. And that's going to be So on the flip side, do you think that the whole Jada Pinkett talking about August Alsina and all that stuff played into it? Because originally in the shot, he's laughing at the joke.
I don't think it was about the Jada and August situation. I think, you know, he saw that his wife rolled her eyes, and he knows her better than anyone. He knows that that's a very sensitive topic for her. And seeing her hurt, I think he felt like it was his duty as her husband to defend her. I think it was as simple as that. He loves her and he doesn't want to see her hurting, even if it is just supposed to be a joke. And he didn't want to see his wife be the butt of anybody's joke. I get it. I don't agree with him going up there and slapping somebody, but I understand, you know, it makes sense. But
there's a plethora of ways he could handle it afterwards.
He did it backstage, you know?
And like, it's like he doesn't know. He knows Chris Rock.
Also, it's like a catch me outside.
Like, not even. I think that Will could have been like, bro, let me talk to you backstage. Let's
That's
have this
true.
conversation. He should
Yeah.
have handled it as a grown man. But I do think that he was at that boiling point where, again, I do feel it's the pressure, you know?
If it is the pressure, it's the pressure from people. It's
Well,
because,
yeah.
but they brought that onto themselves. No one told them
Mhm,
to go air out their dirty laundry on her Red
mhm.
Table Talk. No one said that. Why would you put your own business out there and then be mad when people are discussing your business?
I think it kind of comes with the territory when you're a celebrity. So, you're
No, it comes with the story when you
you're an aspiring comedian.
Mhm.
So honestly, people are gonna want to know about your personal life once you're because comedians they let go of some shit on
They
stage.
do. We work
Um,
through our trauma.
mhm. So once you expose or you let an audience into that part of your personal life, I mean, you're opening yourself up to that. Do you feel like that's a sacrifice that you make in fame? Like
It's
you're
true.
no longer a normal person.
hmm hmm
How do you think you would deal with that situation? And would it bother you?
I don't think I would be bothered by a joke.
Hmm.
And I really mean that because like I went to college, and in my
Hmm.
college, like I went to Barnard, and Columbia was right across the street.
Hmm.
So Barnard is Columbia's sister school, and they would have like the marching band that would do this whole comedy set this one
Hmm.
night. And Barnard being an all-girls school, they used to make like a lot of misogynistic jokes. But I've always been a funny person, and I've always liked dark humor. And a lot of people would be upset by their jokes. And
Hmm.
even like way back then, I was never upset by the joke. Like, okay, you want to make a joke about a woman making a sandwich? Ha ha ha! I get it. You're just trying to be funny. And some people get super sensitive. I don't get super sensitive. Like, even to this day, I haven't gotten sensitive about anything, any jokes that may have been said about me online.
Hmm.
That's not to say cyberbullying isn't real, and I haven't seen some things that's like, but you have to let it slide, and I think you have to build a tough skin if you are going to put yourself out there, because at the end of the day you're always going to have some haters, and people are real miserable, and you could put as much joy as you want out there, but miserable people are not going to accept that well, and they're going to try to rain on your parade.
So let me ask you, because you have had already people comment, and
Mhm.
I've seen you strike back where you write the comment and
And
you
I
do a
always
little.
regret it. I always I always regret clapping back at someone because
What is the worst thing that you feel like? I mean, did
the worst thing I've ever said.
no that you've heard and then like that your response? I mean, you gave like
the
it's
worst
almost like you want to ignore it, but you gotta like shut some people down sometimes. Like
Yeah, sometimes
he's like you
sometimes
crossing the line with me.
sometimes yeah, sometimes people start talking out their neck because they're
Hmm.
on the internet behind a screen, and
Hmm.
it does get to you if you really read into those things.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of like something that someone may have said that really bothered me. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know I have clapped back at a few, and after I've said the clap back, I've never felt good about it. So
Really?
now, really, I don't. I feel like a loser. Like, I
Hmm.
just think there's something super corny, and like you're wasting your time and like precious moments of life, even if it's 30 seconds, giving it to a hater on the internet.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so I've never felt bad. I've never felt good after clapping back at someone. Um, and yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like they got their own problem if you're gonna hate on somebody on the internet that you never even met in real life.
Hmm.
So I just feel bad. Now I really do my best to just ignore. And sometimes it gets in my head, but I'm like, I gotta push it out.
So you mentioned you write skits and you do a lot of comedy stuff. Who are some of the people that you love to collab with? Besides Dr. G, who we're going to talk about a little bit. And I think you made Dr. G because he kind of like brings your whole scholastic stuff into like I like that idea. I told you about it. I thought it was cool. And also that audio came out. I'm not famous because you're not sharing my shit. So
Yeah, yeah, I
you've
love
you've
that
taken
audio.
things like that and you've made it work for you. What are some things you've written that you like and some collaborations that you love to do?
Yeah, so my favorite skit I've written till this day is my very first skit, which was the quarantine series.
Mhm.
Um, I literally wrote that as I was like so depressed. So it felt really good. Like it felt cathartic to like be dancing in one thing, and I'm just like, I'm depressed, but I'm dancing. This is like bringing me up, and that was like really fun. It was really fun. I had like all these different things. It's like creating things in my house. It was like a stack of books, and I had to give them all new titles, and it was just really fun to create. So that's still to this day my favorite skit. Collabs, of course, I always love collabing with Mark, Rose, Ken, and the squad over there, and
Over there. Have you pledged your allegiance to the Have a Good Night, My Crew?
I'm a solo flyer. I love.
I know you don't have like a crew, like
I don't got a crew. I don't got a crew. I'm
yeah.
doing my own thing. Of course, I'll collab with anyone.
I mean, I know Rose is your girl,
Rose is
but
my girl. I love Rose. She's so
yeah.
fun.
Shout out to Black Rose, by the way. I just spent the entire Saturday with her. But like I know like you don't have a crew. That's weird. Like most, you know, your Manito got his Section 8 crew, you know, Chicle and Melanie got their own crew, Ken got his crew, Commodore got his whole thing. But you work with everybody.
I work with everybody. I don't have a crew. I don't know why I don't have a crew. I guess I don't know. I haven't met anyone that is like, you know, that wants to like literally hit me up every day and be like, yo, what do you want to do together? What do you want to do together? And
I mean, you're lying there because I was like, yo, Jazz, what's up, bro?
I gotta be making videos.
Because you're a podcaster.
I was a podcaster.
You did a good job at it.
Thank you.
And whenever Ellie's not there, you filled in, I think once or twice.
I filled in once. The other times it just never worked out.
Yeah, but I'm always like, yo, you want to do this full time? Let me know. We can make this work.
I know. You know what the thing is? Like, I did podcasting for a couple years, and I actually stopped it because I didn't have a co-host, and I didn't trust anyone to be my co-host. But now that I'm doing things in front of the camera, like
Rick is recruiting, never.
Rick is recruiting, never not work. I love that. You got to keep
always, bro. Always.
But now that like I'm in front of the camera, I really want to challenge myself to write and produce because I'm working my way towards my show. So I'm challenging myself to stay focused on doing things with video.
Are you learning like video editing as well?
Yeah, I taught myself video editing. I took some courses online at Udemy. I did all the practice videos. I
like the fact that this is all self-taught. I like the fact that you took the initiative.
Self-taught. Podcasting was self-taught. Dancing, I mean, I went and I was part of Urban Dance League and I learned with people. But I threw myself in that mix. Video or self-taught. Writing, like I could pull out books right now about like screenplays and how to write a script and how to map your story and all these things. Like I'm 100% self-taught. And then I took this class at SVA, which is like I absolutely loved. So yeah, that's really important to me. And if there's ever something I want to know and I don't know it, I'm gonna push myself and go learn it. It's important.
Always, never not work. That's right. I'm always working. So if someone is gonna go watch one of your sets, your stand-up comedy sets, what is your favorite brand of humor? Because you do physical, you do deadpan. There's a lot of things but what is your like at the core of your essence?
I like dark and raunchy humor. Like what's the most difficult part of the show?
We'll get back to that one. Yeah.
I like dark humor and I like raunchy humor and I like humor. My number one thing, like when I do stand up, is I like to tell stories. And it's not so much as like this is a joke. It's more as like this story is funny, and then I throw in some puns and jokes in it.
So can I put you on the spot and ask you for a story? Because you always I got one always in the front of my head that I can use.
So my favorite like joke, that I have done on stand up is it was about like sex, and it's like a fact that like heterosexual straight women orgasm the least in the world. And that's really sad. Like guys ain't doing something right. So
wait, hold on a second. I was also reading something that this might not be fair, but I forgot who it was. I was watching it. Oh, Kalila on Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz. So Kalila says that she believes a woman first has to figure out where her spot is and um, get
Some
herself to
self-discovery, some self-discovery.
yes, get herself to orgasm so she knows how to get to that point when she's with a man. Um, I don't know if there's some truth to that,
I
but that's just her
mean,
theory.
there might be a little bit of truth to that, but at the end of the
Mhm.
day, I feel like men need to do a good job. Okay, and clearly, statistically, factually speaking, they're just not doing a good job. And women don't want to hold your hand. Okay, come on, puppy, let me show you how to.
P says that's a fact. So
Like, nah, no, you can't. You're not about to blame women for not
Mhm.
coming during sex.
I'm not blaming. I'm just saying. So she was making the point where a woman should know her body first.
I guarantee you, there's women out there that can make themselves come that have never came with a man.
Wow.
I guarantee you that exists. So I'm just like, so that's what my joke was about.
Okay.
And the joke was that I'm pretty sure the first woman to ever come is still alive. And she's in the laboratory right now,
Wow.
surrounded by 6 male doctors trying to figure out how the hell it happened.
Wow.
That was my favorite, like, raunchy joke.
Damn. That's fellas. I don't know, man.
Let's get it together.
Get it together.
Get it together.
We're losing this war out here. So, Pavel said, what's the most difficult part about pitching your show to different companies?
Yeah. So, I haven't pitched to companies yet. So in my class, I've pitched to 2 showrunner, writer, producers. And then they gave me feedback on my pitch, which is great. That's why I really love this class. You get to watch other people pitch, and that's in addition to like learning about their own personal life. But I think the difficult part is keeping it short and sweet and to the point, because ideally you want your pitch to be like 7 minutes to like 15 minutes max.
Almost like an elevator pitch.
7 minutes. I shoot for like 7 to 10. And you want in that time to get across like who are your characters, what is the world that you're building, and why should we care? Why are you the person to tell this story? Why are we telling this story right now? And you really want to answer all the questions that you think they're going to ask. And it can be hard because you're really passionate about your story, and sometimes you get lost in the weeds of getting too much into maybe what happened in the pilot. And so for me, I think the most difficult part is like keeping it high level and saying as little as possible, but at the same time being very efficient with your words, because you want to give them just enough that they're like, oh, that's good, but you don't want to give them so much that they like start thinking of all these things logistically. How do we do this? Or, oh my god, what's this and this and this? You just want that. You want no questions.
So let me ask you this: is the show that you're working on loosely based on your life?
Yes, it is. It's a dramedy. It is a dramedy. And
dramedy. Give us what that is.
So it's really funny, and it's funny with how the characters interact with each other, and it's funny with how like the main character is interacting with the world around her, and like you hear her inner thoughts sometimes, and that's funny because I'm funny. My inner thoughts are crazy sometimes. It's funny and it's drama because you're seeing like her home life, like with her family in the Bronx. You're seeing her friend life with like her social circle, and you're seeing her work life, which is like corporate America. And none of these worlds are the same. And so it's just funny, like watching her like constantly switch between all of them. And the family.
So really I'm gonna take a page out of Pavel's book. So do you feel like in this show, when she's at work in the corporate world, that she's not being true to herself 100% and playing up the role that she feels she needs to be? And then is she truly her when she's with her friends? So what's that dynamic looking like?
So she's the most her when she's with her friends. In the corporate world, she is herself, but she has to like dial it back a little bit. But I mean, that's really what corporate America is, and that's like That's just the world we live in. So she does have to dial it back, but she's not phony. So she does say things that get people like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. She does put herself in predicaments where she says things that she's not supposed to, but she has to stay true to herself. And sometimes she's gonna let it come out, even if it's a little rude, and that gets her in trouble sometimes. So yeah, you definitely see her like be mostly herself in some situations and have to dial it back in others. And that's just real life. That's just real. But I bring my authentic self to work in real life. Like I'm lucky enough. Like I've had to like work in some drama into the workplace in the show because like in real life I actually don't have work drama. Actually I'm really good with my coping. and shit is all good and shit is all good in the hood, okay?
Yeah.
So I had to throw some spice up in there.
So when you do stand up, do you, first of all, this is one of the most nervous things anybody could do. Do you go up there clear headed, or is there some doubt or some nervousness?
I try to get pumped.
Mm-hmm.
I try to get pumped. I'm like, it's gonna be fun, I try to gas myself up a little bit. And if I watch other people go on, I try to like really listen to their set. I don't like to listen to their set and think about my own set. I try to like be present.
Really? I can't do that because
nobody does that, which is why if you go to an open mic full of other comedians, it'd be stale.
It's just like I was watching Gloria Ellis perform and I found myself laughing and enjoying her set. But I forgot, when she's done, I got to go up there and I got to change. So I had to run upstairs, change into the Ricky Smooth character and then come back downstairs. But I got lost in it and I had like shit already written, prepped. Which I was like, man, she's doing all these jokes. How do you kind of like, if you do that, you kind of have to adjust your material, because she had her family in the audience. And I was like, okay, so Ricky Smooth allegedly was in DR. So I could play to that aspect that, because I think her aunt and grandmother just flew in from DR. And it was the first time they're watching her do stand-up.
Gotcha.
So Glory was playing to that, and she's great. And I found myself watching her, and as a comedian, you want to know how the audience is reacting to certain things. And if it's hitting and it's going well, you got to figure out how to incorporate some of that into your material.
Yeah.
So
I get what you're saying.
Doesn't it throw you off your game when you're like,
it does throw me off my game a little bit. I'll be completely honest about that. That's why if I do if I do a bringer show, like I don't watch or listen to the person that goes, like I don't listen to anybody. I just go up and do my set. But at like an open mic, like I will listen to other people because I want people to listen to me. And I need to give other people feedback and laugh at their joke or not laugh because it's not funny. And I want the same in return. I feel like open mics are a good place where you could connect with other comedians also. So I want to be able to talk to other people after everything's over and be like, hey, I really like your joke about X, Y, and Z, or hey, what made you say that? To just to like network and meet people. So I feel like if I don't know anything they said, well, damn, I have no talking points. And I like when people come up to me and they're like, girl, that joke was funny. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Actually, I like your joke too.
Oh yeah, which one? You're like,
I better know one. So yeah, I like to be plugged in, but it does throw you off your game sometimes. And
first, middle, or last? Where do you in an open mic? Where would you wanna start opening up the crowd, or go to a crowd that's hot, or?
You never want to be first because I feel like everyone's all
really
up their butt when they first sit down. I just feel like everyone's uptight. It's like when you first step foot in the bar. Like the bar's not lit yet. You go into the bar like the beginning of happy hour, it's all right. But you go in a couple hours later, it's like,
so you want a sacrificial lamb to go first before you, and then you see, you did good. You got some.
Go first. I think it's cool to like let someone that has never done comedy like throw them up there and let them warm up the crowd.
So, what is the best advice another comic has told you, and how has it been? You're fairly new to stand-up comedy. I think you got three. Is it 3 years? I think it's 3 or 4 years.
No, I've been like a year.
A year. So yeah,
I'm pretty new. Pretty new to
She's
stand
like,
up.
no, a year.
I've been doing a long time, but like stand up,
Mhm.
new. Stand up, I'm new.
Yeah, because it's a completely different animal.
Different.
What's the best advice you've gotten from a comic so far?
Yeah. So, Brandon Reeves, he's a really good comic. He just performed at the Apollo recently. He's actually from my block, so I would talk to him and ask him for advice and stuff. And he's taught me a lot, like about like not putting your whole set on Instagram, for example, like literal practice.
Crowd work, just crowd work.
Yeah, like don't do that. Maybe like put up clips, like help me market myself and like put myself out there. I have another friend, Juan O'Reilly, and he's watched my stuff. I'm like, oh, this is really good. I think you should work on this delivery, or maybe the tone should be a little bit like this. And he's given me some good criticism.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I've had a couple people really help me out.
That's good. So the overall comedy community has accepted you as a stand-up comic and welcomed you.
Is the most supportive community I've ever seen.
Really?
Way more supportive than any other community out there. They know how hard it is to get up on that stage. They really feel you when you bomb, and they love you when you win. And they're just so kind. I've never had a bad experience outside of that one bad joke, but I'm gonna let that slide because people make bad jokes. But outside of that, I've never had a bad experience with any comedians. They talk to you after, they invite you to things. Hey, I have a show coming, or hey, check out my Instagram. I'm always booking people. You could come perform where we are, and like everyone is just so kind, and I really love the stand-up community. They're great.
So you mentioned bombing. Has it happened?
I did bomb once. It was a set on religion.
Okay.
And, people just they hold religion.
Wait, where was this?
It was in Brooklyn. I did it at Eastville Comedy Club.
Okay.
And I still think it's a great set. Obviously, it's not great because nobody laughed.
It might be great for a different audience. Maybe that audience was wearing for it, but
I think a good set can reach many audiences. And if I'm going to make a joke about religion, I want people to laugh at it if they are religious and if they're not religious.
Yeah.
I need to be good enough to make a joke that appeases like the idea and the concept of religion without offending people because they identify with it. So I just think I wasn't skilled enough to make the jokes that I was making. So that was just a learning point for me. And it's something I got to work on. But
would you bring it back?
I would definitely bring it back. I would love to bring it back because I think religion is an interesting topic, and
many of comics have become millionaires just on that topic.
Yo, listen. I got shit to say. I gotta say it. I gotta figure out how to say it because somebody's gonna hear this. I gotta bring it back. Wow.
All right. So let me play a small little commercial break because I'm obligated to. But we're gonna play distorted photos when we get back.
Okay, cool.
And this is gonna be a fun segment for you specifically.
You do it all without breaking a sweat. Like being a boss exec to Tuesday tennis to homework. Why do the kids have so much homework? Family dinners, lunches, brunches, trips to the vet, and a weekend getaway that's anything but a getaway. And you do it all in style. Even when you have back-to-back conference calls on top of the kids' orchestra recitals, not to mention your side hustle. That's why we created the fully reimagined Infiniti QX60. A luxury SUV as functional as it is stylish, and as versatile as it is serene. With premium features like a panoramic moonroof, ample cargo space, and available massaging front seats to bring the ease of luxury to your everyday. Introducing the all-new Infiniti QX60, designed to help you take on life and all the chaos it may come with, in style. Learn more at InfinityUSA.com. Now with extremely limited availability, contact your local retailer for inventory information.
That's a beautiful truck. I only wish Infiniti would just, send me a truck. I'll advertise for a couple of years.
Send you a truck.
Send me the truck.
The ad. You should be in the truck marketing the truck.
They should send me the truck wrapped with my logo in it and a pop-up studio in the back.
That's what I'm talking about.
Infinity, I'm putting that out there in the universe. So let's play Distorted Pictures. Distorted Pictures.
I love these little things. Okay.
You will see on my screen a distorted photo of yours, and you have to try to guess what the photo is, who's in it, and where in your life is this photo taking place. So let's just warm up really quickly. Let's do this one first.
Ooh, what is? I don't know why I'm literally seeing like Yoda in a purple hat. I don't know what this is.
Do you want me to reveal the photo?
Reveal the photo. It's Dr. G.
So who is Dr. G, and this is one of your characters. Explain the conception of Dr. G.
So growing up, if someone in my family, I'm not gonna shout them out, I don't know if they would like that, but someone in my family, me and them would always argue over who had it worse. That's not like, no, my man, you soft, I had it worse.
It's like having the last word.
So it was actually never a funny situation. It was always like me getting violated, like saying I'm soft, and me like invalidating. And I was like, I should make that a character, because that's mad funny to just be like, I'm more gangster than you, therefore you're invalidated. Everything you've been through, no problem. Because obviously that's not true, and I think it's ridiculous, and that's hood culture, because people do that all the time. And I had to make it into a joke, because that is what I do as a comedian. I take serious shit that may have been a little painful, and I make it funny.
So will Dr. G be taking house calls?
Listen,
and will we see other individuals sitting on his couch, maybe Black Rose?
I really want to do that this summer. I want to do that.
Okay, maybe Dr. G could take a call from Ricky Smooth.
Yo, Ricky Smooth? We gotta talk about it.
This photo.
Oh, that is us at the HBO event.
That is correct. That is correct. That was pretty good. Pretty good event.
That was fun.
I cannot deny it. My ex co-host is there. Ivan Rose, Joel, Mark, Ellie Jazz. I want you back on the podcast. Where are you, Ellie? We miss you. The other Jasmine Ruiz.
You both that's so crazy. We got the same name.
The exact.
That's wild.
Here's the next photo.
Okay. Oh my God! So there's this guy, Jigga Jose, and he makes me these funny things. So this is me on a Netflix billboard.
Is it?
It
wow. Is. I mean, it's coming 2022. So when in 2022? I mean, can we say late or?
You're gonna have to call my publicist.
Or Netflix is pushing it back.
I'm not allowed to speak on it. I signed an NDA.
Okay, so I have two more.
Okay.
Let's go with.
Oh, that's me. No blur.
Oh, I messed it up. It was this one.
So this was at my my anniversary party for my podcast, and I felt like a celebrity that day. I was on cloud nine. I had such a good
time. The logo looked pretty dope.
And I had so many people come out for me. It was like really nice. Like
the name of the show was pretty dope. I think you had a great concept and a great show. Will it ever come back?
No.
Daily Dose of Slay.
Daily Dose of Slay is not coming back. It was good while it lasted. And for anyone that missed it, it is on my highlights on Instagram.
Okay.
So go see what was popping in 2017 when I had the Daily Dose of Slay, because it was good.
So this might be a little hard.
Oh, that's me and my brother as kids.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Now you're gonna have to explain this sweater and the.
So he was clearly eating spaghetti.
Explain this whole photo for us.
He was eating spaghetti, and I don't know why my mom gave me these bangs. I didn't like doing my hair because I was always tender-headed, and so my mom kind of just let me walk around looking like this, like a mop, you know. So that's what was happening right there. This sweater, honestly, I didn't have a sister, but it was probably a hand-me-down from somewhere because I don't remember going to buy it.
And your brother,
My brother, this haircut, it was
is
like,
this a picture of who he is? Does this paint a picture of who he is as a person today, or?
nah, he a grown ass man now. And he would never rock this haircut. If you rocking this haircut as a grown ass man, you ain't getting no cheeks.
Maybe that's a character we in there.
Yo,
A
why
dude
why
that
do
never
why do
grew up.
Puerto Rican people give their kids this bowly looking haircut?
I just recently gave my son a haircut. I don't know where
Did it
he
look
was.
like this? You gave him the bowl?
So this is what happened. This is a sequence of the events. So my son, he's 21 months old or whatever. He's about to be 2. For
Why
those
you
people
said
who,
21 months? Why you made me do math in my head?
yeah, I'm explaining that real quick. So people who don't have kids, I tell them he's 1, he's about to be 2. Parents, they like to hear that shit in months for some reason. So, how many months is he? He's if he's under like 2-3 years old, they want to know. Like, I think like after 2 years old, like the kid is 2. He's 2.5.
Dude, like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. No, but they want to. 48 months. I'm like, yo, bro. I failed in math, dog. Just let me know.
Yeah.
So my son had a specific stylist that would do his hair in Queens, and then when we moved to Long Island, we took him to a shop. It wasn't a pleasant visit, so I figured cut his hair because he didn't want a stranger. So the first time I cleaned up the haircut, and it looked nice. I did a decent job. The second time I bought this professional barber clippers, and I thought I was like
Oh my God.
the best barber in the world, and I kind of like zeked my own kid, and I was trying not to. So then I took him to. By the way, this was for his first day of
How old is he?
daycare.
He's almost 2, so he don't even know. That's good.
He doesn't, but so I took him to a barbershop to fix the haircut, and I actually did a better job than the barber.
He made it worse?
Yeah, but it's not the barber's fault,
Why?
I didn't give the proper instructions on the haircut, and then my son wasn't really happy to be there. He'll let me cut his. He trusts me, or his mother. So yeah, I've been through that avenue.
Why not just give him a Caesar? Just cut it all off.
He has such a good head of hair. It would be a disgrace to the world to do that. Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself that like he has the haircut that he Well, I mean, it's growing back, so I'm a little happy about that. But.
You're gonna, you should have threw that in here. That should have been on the slide.
I really, I mean, this is your distorted picture segment, but the haircut. Let's see your brother one more time. Oh man.
I don't know why.
His eyes are the best thing though in this photo.
Yeah.
Was he doing that on purpose? Is he the older out of the 2?
He's older. He's older than me.
Are there any other siblings?
Yes. I have 7 in total. My dad was a busy man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're gonna play the last game of the evening. Is called 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Name 3 things that you have currently been watching.
30 Rock.
Okay.
Murderville.
Oh, this is like quick. You was ready with it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm currently watching 30 Rock, Murderville, and Seinfeld.
Really?
Really?
Seinfeld. Have you seen Curb?
I haven't seen Curb.
Okay.
Sorry. Curb Enthusiasm. I know I haven't seen it. I'm in this.
Is it your first time around the Seinfeld?
It is. I like Seinfeld, and it's just because I never gave it a chance. And then once I got into comedy, I was like, I need to explore the greats, and I'm still watching it.
Who's another comedy legend that you
that I like that I didn't like before? Dave Chappelle. I know it's crazy. I didn't like him before, and you know why? I'm like you see what type of person I am. I have a lot of energy, and he's so conversational in his delivery that like my ADD energy couldn't take it. I like the Kevin Hart type because he was like,
The
and
Kevin is all like, I think
well,
he's a better comedic actor. And his stand-ups are decent, they're good.
now I like Dave Chappelle.
But Dave is like, he'll tell you a joke in the beginning of the stand-up special, and you'll forget about it, and then he'll laugh back around at the end.
I love when that happens.
He's such a fucking genius.
Mm-hmm.
So you never watched George Carlin? I'm gonna give you some homework.
I gotta watch George Carlin. I am making a list of like movies and that I need to watch.
Okay, so you got a bit on religion. George Carlin would be a great guy to.
Got you. I'm gonna go look him up.
Okay. What are 2 things you're listening to? It could be music, audiobooks, podcasts, whatever the hell you want it to be.
I have Lily Singh's book on repeat. It's like always kind of just whenever I drive, I'll throw it on. And she actually just dropped another book, Be a Triangle. So I'm gonna get that also. And then the second thing, I've been listening to a lot of Russ because his concert is coming in May and I got tickets, and I just discovered Russ in January. I don't know where I've been. And I'm like obsessed. I love his rap. He's so conscious. He actually has a message.
Really? I don't know who that is.
Yo, you're missing out. I didn't know who he was either. And now it's like he's the only thing I'm playing in my car.
Really?
Russ. Russ is like mad conscious. Like J. Cole and Russ are.
Well, I love J. Cole. Yeah.
If you like J. Cole, you're gonna love Russ.
All right. I'll listen to the recommended. One. We're finally at one. One thing we'll be saying at the end of 2022 about jazz.
One thing that by the end of this year, I had so many goals. So now it's like, well, which goal are you gonna pick? Because I have a lot that I want to do.
So go ahead. List it.
I want to pitch my show. So by the end of 2022, I would have pitched to executives. I wanted to get into a writer's room. I wanted to get more brand deals, which I'm on the verge of because I have my media kit. And I'm looking for a co-writer. Which I would be able to get if I pitch my show and it gets bought. They would help me develop it. But I like working with people, kind of like how we were talking earlier, with like I don't have a team. It's weird because like I'm such an extrovert. Like I love working with a team. So yeah, I'm looking for a co-writer, and those are my little goals right now.
Interesting. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. I'm pretty sure the audience.
Thank you for having me.
Follow her on Instagram at Slay with Jazz.
On TikTok too.
On TikTok as well.
I just hit 100,000 followers. I'm so proud of myself.
How many?
100K.
100K.
I just hit it on TikTok. I was hyped. It was the DR video that took me over. Like my Dominican.
I mean, I saw you on your .nyc. I think they put it up.
Yeah, they did.
And I saw it in other. When you start seeing like I see like Rose or Ken on other people's shit, and like that specific video, the DR video of yours, I saw it on multiple different pages.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
So I know it hit, but I didn't. 100,000.
I got 100K now. Yeah, I'm really happy about it.
I guess you're. Can we say that you're a quarter Dominican now?
Honorary. I'll take it.
Follow her on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm pretty sure she's doing some stand-up. Do you have something coming up?
No, I'm working on my new set though.
Oh, okay. So I will be hosting an event, and I'm gonna invite Jasmine. I did a podcast panel before. At the end of August and September, I'm doing a big panel, and it's women in media, comedy, podcasting, and everything. So, I'll be. You came to the panel.
I did.
Today. Okay, so yeah, I'll be doing a bigger one at the end of this year. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Love the energy. I'll catch one of the sets. George Carlin for the religion stuff.
Got you.
Right. And when I text you like, yo, Jazz, I need you on the show.
You be hitting me the day of, and I'm like, I got a thing.
No, I'm just messing with you.
No, I know. Always recruiting. I appreciate the hustle.
I got to. Next week we'll have stand-up comic Marcy Green on the show.
Hey.
Season 11 is all about comedy and stand-up comedy. Jasmine, you've been baptized. You're an official comedian. Only comedians this season. So thank you for being on. And I'll see you around.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. We talk every once in a while. So it's like, what do you say to someone that you like? It's like me telling Rose, yeah, Rose, yeah, have a good night.
Yeah, I don't know. Yo, go chill. Go do something.
Thank you for being on the show. See you guys next week.
Bye.
You feel that now? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, know you and your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped, that's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow stick. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Then it's the minutes my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad. Fucking two divas, drinking on sangria. I got the beam of the color diarrhea. Tire strings to my feet cause I'm so fly. Hopped out the DeLorean, it's Artie McFly.